Folks, Black Bull Markets have 10 merch packs to give away to clients who sign up before the end of the year, including one of these trader keys. So to go in the draw, all you need to do is sign up with the link below this video or in the podcast description, and you'll go in the draw to win. It's that simple. And remember, folks, when you sign up to Black Bull Markets through the Trading Nut link below, you're going to get a 100% deposit bonus up to $1,000 on your first deposit. All you need to do is click the link in the description below the video or the podcast.
Good morning, everyone. Hope we're well. Welcome to another stream. Joey, left hand, how are you? So we've got a nice move on NAS going at the moment, starting to reject off of this level, consolidated for late New York session. Now starting to actually fall. We're seeing the same sort of move on German 40. Only much more slower, but we finally got up into this zone late last night, and then we saw a nice correction, nice drop for this kind of timing. Dropped like 44 pips. Had a little gap during when Pepperstone German 40 closes 15 minutes. I'm not sure what they do in that 15 minutes, but it gapped up, drifted all the way higher, finally swept the New York high, and then we've had a little correction off of there. Only 20 pips though. It's been stuck in this tight little range for a day now. Hey, Glenn, cowboy hat on today. Aptly, quite apt. Yeah. So we've got NFP today, so I'm kind of expecting like a little bit of a subdued session for. I mean, that's pretty scary if we think subdued for German 40 lately. What's that going to mean? But we'll see. What's gold doing? So anyway, nothing really changed yesterday. My levels still were here. Kind of a bummer. Couldn't get anything going from this first one. This is my least preferred level. The level I preferred was this higher one, and it didn't get there until like 9 o'clock. Not much I can do at 9 o'clock. Then we swept at 6 o'clock. There's not much I can do then as well because I'm asleep. Oh, yeah? Okay, yeah. Oh, sorry, mate. I moved it on you. Go do it again. Yeah, okay. So, look at this disgusting price. So where you got in there, did you? Mm-hmm. Slow as well. Yeah. So what am I thinking? I'm thinking it's going to be a bit of a quieter session. So I'm wondering. Obviously, the Asian low's right there, which is 30 pips away. Can look for it to probably. I probably like to take it off of towards this New York low. Well, if this, I mean, if that's your trend line and that's your trend line break, then that started from here. So if it doesn't hit anything else substantial of like, this, I mean, this, who knows what this is going to be, where this kind of tight little ascending channel kind of started from. This is something, but Glenn's right. This gap makes a lot more sense to fill. So hopefully, just hopefully, price can actually come back all the way to what started that little move down, get a reaction from up here, and then look for it to fill that area again. So I'll see if it comes back. If it comes back, I'll jump into it. What'd you say? This one here. Mm-hmm. Yeah, that one you're referring to is this guy. This one. Morning, Don. Morning, Alan. Toby, first time. Welcome. All right. So, yeah, mate. Yeah. Yeah. So we want it to pull back at least to this level to give us manipulation, but whether it comes from here, here, or here. But yeah, exactly. But that's what caused that break. So let's see if that can be the start of the manipulation zone. And if they want to sweep it a little bit higher, all the better. But if we get the price action, like it's grab liquidity inside of here. So yeah, I think that's if we're going to get a quieter session, I think it'll be worth the risk that we take on it. And whether it works out or not, then we'll just have to put it in the hands of the probability gods. What's my thoughts on Japanese index snowfall? I'm not sure, really. I really got no idea. But the yen, man, US yen. Did anyone see that chart? That imploded yesterday. I was actually bearish on the yen starting this week. Boy, was I wrong on that one. It shows when these guys, when they want to intervene in something, they will just bloody do it. But look at this US yen, like dropped nearly 500 pips yesterday. This is a 3 minute. This is a 3 minute candle. Yeah. You can't time it either. Oh, why is my ruler not working? Look at that. 226 pips on the currency in 3 minutes. Or 6 minutes. That's 2 candles. But look where it started from as well. Like the day started all the way up here. So yen moved from top to bottom 570 pips. That's like intervention territory. 570 pips. That's nuts. But also, like, I would have loved to have had a buy limit just at this little, because this is a level. If we were closer to it, we'd be looking at that level, right? You would be looking at this as a traditional support, the way we do it. Imagine just having like a buy limit, but imagine having a buy limit like here as well. Yeah, if you had a buy limit there, you'd have just been absolutely stung. But that would have been amazing to have been picked up on that. Just to wake up or have a look at your charts and you're up like 300 pips. I love that. Crazy. And what are my thoughts on gold? Yeah, gold's in a tricky spot right now. I think we're just going to keep on. Definitely, just all-time highs. Just we had from this buy where so many buyers probably jump into this, they're trapped into those buys inside of here for sure. But price will make its way back up there again. The amount of buying in gold by these non-US central banks, they're going to create new floor, and I really think 2000. I think 2000 is going to hold for a long time. So if this is going to be your new floor, then we could easily go up and see that next year again. So bullish on gold, especially with all this like stuff around the world. It's not like calming down at all. Well, if you watch the news and the media, man, they'll have you just constantly thinking that we're on the brink of World War III. So I couldn't imagine that gold would not keep on this trend. We finally broke above all-time high again. So I just imagine that I think the bulls already got control now. Yeah, geez, Asian session as well. What was that? 100 and it was 1,000 pip day, but then Asian session it was 100 and was it 730 pips? Yeah, fire out, man. $70. $70 at. I remember going to bed as well. Bloody hell. Went to bed just before 11 o'clock. 11:30. Boom, boom, boom. Yeah. Crazy. All right. So German 40, we know the plan. We just got to wait now for London Open, which is going to be in 10 minutes time. Hopefully we can pull back up into this area, get price action for a sell and take that down. So that's planned for something down, whether it will take the euro high or it will just give us that price action around like the euro 50%. Okay. Conversely, if we go down and we start getting into these areas, then I'll look for price action to go long. But I'll be very careful going long off of here because I've got a few levels that it could react from. Oh, Peter said spread was crazy on gold in that morning. Yeah, I was trying to find. I saw all the reports, people saying it was mental, but I couldn't actually. Because I wasn't there live to see it. I can't. But I was hearing like 100 pips spread on some brokers. Rosie wants me to check the support on the 15-minute. Yeah, the 15-minute, I really like this area as well. So like I've got some buy zones. Buy zone because of all these session lows. I probably actually would wait for that. Yeah, that's what I'll probably wait. I'll probably take a sell from here if it gives me the price action. Or I'd prefer to take the buy from under here. The one thing though, there's some observation. that I've made with German is that very, like in this rally, and this is maybe where there's been a bit of a change in perception, is look at like this, the trend's been so strong that with the sessions, hey, who was that? Is that Rob? Was it sound like Dave? Oh, good. Good. So when for German, we'll talk about NAS in a second. For German, when we've been in a correction, so this is like secondary market phase, what we've been getting is basically like it's been pretty hard for price to manipulate the high of a session. And most sessions have been making lower highs. And then when we've been in primary or like expansionary market structure, we've been making, it's been pretty hard for price to actually sweep the lows. And that's one thing that's like I'm usually looking for, because is it to sweep a low or a high? But in this bull run that we've had for basically all of November, it's been very difficult for price to make a session low. And then when we do, we usually get a strong reaction from it until we start making more than like consecutive sessions making lower highs. So that's why I'm like, something that's, we'll go back like a month and a half. And then we'll just show like how it's been, German's been, apart from like this little, where we had a massive bull run and then we ranged for about a week. Other than that, it's been all the session lows have been basically, respecting each other. You're pre-London. That's been a little bit different, where it's been able to sweep the Asian low. But I'm more talking about like the blue, the pink, and the green boxes, which is a bit unusual because before, market characteristics for German before this November run, didn't mean to move that. Before this November run, you used to be able to expect London or New York. Like if Asian was bullish, London was bullish, New York would usually give you a bit of a pullback. So you'd have like London and New York often do opposite things. This is before November. That was what was actually getting quite predictable. You can see how like London, but this is very normal. London was bearish, New York was bullish. London was bullish, New York. If it's bullish initially, you're going to get a really nice pullback. London was bullish, New York was bearish. London was sort of rangy to bearish. New York, or just before New York actually pushed up, but then it came down. London pushed down, up, then down. New York pushed up and then down. Like you're usually getting really good, nice moves either way. If you get a bull move in London, you're going to get a decent bear move in New York. Even if it continues to go in the same trend, you will still get a very nice, healthy correction. New York wouldn't want to buy the high without doing a pullback. And that's the price action I was used to with German. But ever since November, it's just been bullish. Everything's been bullish. When it's gone sideways, pretty much everything's gone sideways. When it's gone bearish, everything's gone bearish. And that's not normal. It took me a while to adapt to this. And I probably still haven't adapted, because I feel like it's only a matter of time before it'll come back to the way it used to move. But for now, it's something that it's an observation I've made. So whilst we've swept the high of Asian and we're coming down, I would hope that London's going to come down and follow it, but it really can do whatever it wants. Absolutely can do whatever it wants. So just got to set my levels. And if it has swept the Asian high, I feel like the liquidity that's been picked up in here, I don't see any reason why it would just stop here. It could, but I don't see why it can't continue down. And at least, especially with NFP being something that's going to have the market a little bit on just a wait and hold, see. So I think we might even just stay quiet, stay stuck in this range. But yeah, like I wouldn't be looking for longs unless I'm at least down to here. So that would be at least my buy area. Or underneath all these session lows, I think you can get a fairly nice reaction. And if price is sort of bouncing off it a few times, I think the moment we break, I think we go down quite comfortably down to 16,550. Maybe a little bit of a pause at this level, but I think if we're breaking or testing this level multiple times and getting lower highs, I think we can actually do that bit of a deeper correction. Tamimi, do I wait for price to touch that trend line and take the trade, or touch? Yeah, I've got to wait for confirmation at least, to saying that sellers are how aggressive my entry would be is based on the price action. So, but I need to wait for some sort of confirmation. It's going to be in the shape of a single candle. If it was just going to be a touch, there's a few things I would need to see for me just to enter impulsively off that level. And that one thing that I need to see is for price to have to like really reach for it. So if price is accumulating underneath here and that level that I'm looking at is like 10, 20 pips above it, then yeah, it's a little bit close for me to enter impulsively without some sort of confirmation. If it was down here and price had to really work to get up there and touch that level, and I like that level and I was more confident with the fundamentals, then I could just enter impulsively, but not when price is 20 pips underneath it. But a good question. My confirmation is going to be in a shape of a closed candle on preferably a 3 minute or above time frame. Usually I like to see a rejection plus a retest. Sometimes I'll just take the first rejection, but some sign to see that sellers are being committed. What broker do I use right now? On the prop account, they use 8cap that I'm working with, or like on the challenge. With my personal, it's Pepperstone. Oh, thanks, Glenn. Yeah, you guys, if you we've got a minute before London Open, just enough time to give the stream a bit of a like, give it a bit of a boost. That'd be much appreciated. Very quickly on NAS. NAS was a fantastic level last night. So I was looking for sells above this zone, because above this zone represented liquidity being picked up. And we look at we zoom out to the 30 minute, you've got this lovely little bit of resistance over here. The next bit above this, around this New York high, price touched it and then gave an absolute classic example of a sell. Unfortunately, the timing of it was just a bit too late, but that was a peach. Where was it? Was it 3 minute or was it the 5 minute? I think it was the 5. No, it was the 4. No, it was the 3. So this kind of candle is the ones I like at these zones, preferably red, but rejection wicks. All right, London opens here upon us. What indicator is the blue, pink, and green boxes? It's called sessions. But one of our students coded it up. Another one called sessions by Lux Algo. They're good. Is this moving or is it frozen? Oh, there we go. It's moving. She's moving all right. Morning, Beata. How are you? Oh, Don, what time does the Euro session start UK time? 6 to 8, I consider pre-London or that Euro Open. But really the volume starts at 7 a.m. UK time, because that's when that's German 8 a.m. when their stock exchange opens. Morgan Doug likes sessions by Sonolab. I haven't seen them, but maybe there's a recommendation by someone. Sonolab. The reason I chose the other ones because you can do 4 boxes, and then a lot of them just do the 3 Asian London and New York, where I like to have that fourth box. But yeah, there's plenty of session indicators. Let's go all chart view so we can just have a little peek at all of them. So 30 minutes down the bottom left, 15 minutes top right, top left, sorry, 5 minutes top right, 3 minutes bottom right. Okay. So I wouldn't mind if it sort of breaks the low a little bit, then comes back and does that liquidity grab, and then breaks the low again. Kind of doing something like this. And beyond. 2 hours, a nice bearish engulfing bar. 2 hours. Yeah, beautiful. It's a nice candle, isn't it? So we've kind of retested the wick, or have we? Yeah. Oh, look at that. So one's moving. Okay, there's the break of the low. Hopefully it doesn't just drop. I mean, for Glenn's sake, I hope it drops. But for me, if it pushed down and then comes back up and then goes down, I'd like to see that. Oh, yeah. Okay, come on. Come back to 16,666. Nearly the devil's number. And I'd like it to come back without filling that gap. Totally. If it doesn't fill that gap, I like to leave, just leave this alone. Come back later and fill it. So it's moved, what, 20 pips? 17.5 so far in this first 4 minutes. Morning, Hannah. How are you? So once price, if it does make its way back up to here, then I'm looking for a candle that looks like any of these ones. Well, maybe not so much like that one, but where's one? Basically anything that breaks the high of a previous candle but closes underneath the high. But it's got to be in this zone. What's that? Or down the bottom. Like this. Or is it just going to go without us? No, it'll come back. Surely it'll come back. No, but I want to trade it down to that. I don't want to. That's the problem. Damn. Are you still in yours, or you closed it? Anyway, we're well prepared that if it just drops and drops and drops and drops, doesn't come back, then we'll just look for price action to take it back up. Yeah, nothing. Just no news until the fireworks later on. I don't think so. I'll see. I've got some mates coming up. But I'll put it in the Discord if I do. All right, now the time. Oh, Razik, I wanted to ask your opinion. Look at gold at 1 hour, open, starts dropping with our top wick. What are the odds of it forming a wick later on? Or is it sign of strong bearish momentum? Let's have a look at that in the tick. If a candle opens with no top wick, say like this one, usually it'll come back and it will retest that area, and then it'll at least come back to that area. So if I was trailing, say if I took a sell and I was trailing my stop loss, the candles with no wick would be the one that I'd usually get stopped out on, as in price will come back up, just take the top and then keep on going down. So if a candle's opened with no top wick and pushed down, there's a pretty good chance price will come back up to that level, to the open again. So it could be signs of momentum, or it could be signs of a sell to buy, where they manipulate price to push down to a nice area and then push up. Where it comes up from, So where the momentum, like it's, it could be sign of a sell to a buy, or it could be signs of a sell, but then the amount of selling pressure that entered on that candle, that when that candle opened and just immediately pushed down, often price will come back up and will revisit it. If it didn't push into a demand zone, then it will just be a simply a retest, lower high, and then keep on pushing down. Like no wick, no wick, no wick, no wick. We might have been actually. Yeah, we often see that in the lower time frames. That's what I was thinking. Like this to me means that this is a manipulation zone, when it was strong sells, strong selling pressure, and a lot of the time price will come back to that area, because it means that there's a lot of orders put in at this point, in a way that the market can, like, this is institutional candles. And when price often will leave this area, but they wouldn't have filled everything that they wanted, so price will come back up and give them a chance to refill, to fill more of their orders, not refill, to fill more of the orders. Okay, is this the time? Are we going to push up now, sweep this area, and drop? You're Aussie, yeah. I can barely hear you, mate. Oh, you're Aussie. All right. Well, it's kind of a nasty area for price to have gone down to, because it lines up. It lines up with this area across here quite nicely. So it's not the best, because you really would like to see price push down in a direction and not hit an opposing level. As soon as it hits these opposing levels, you're not sure if this is a sell to buy. But if it pushes down, doesn't hit anything, comes back, then there's a massive chance. The odds are in your favor then that price is going to go, and we've got trending structure. We're going to continue down. It looks like, did that take, where was the Asian 50? Did Euro take Asian 50, or is it just now been taken? Because it might have taken Euro 50, sorry, Asian 50 and Euro low. Yeah, so this is Asian 50 liquidity and Euro. Yeah, we'll have a look at that, Razik, in a tick. So I'm going to see what price, because it's so close to here. I might be entering a trade very soon. I'm not a huge fan of gold in London. Oh, you mean like this one? So the London Open has closed. Opened with no top wick. Yeah, that's not the high of London. That would definitely not be the high of London. You'll find that very, like, it does happen, but London or New York should have a wick on either end. They should have a wick. Very rarely very rarely does it open with no bottom wick and then just go straight up without at least coming down and making a new London low. So for sure, London will pop up a little bit higher. Peter, is it the broker that we shall not name that you're talking about? Oh, I wonder. Okay, that's not. We can name that one. Joey, that's bumped off the US 50% level too from yesterday, just wick below on the 5 minute. Yeah, I know. This is a it's a shitty area for it to reject from. Well, for those cells anyway. To me, I'm going to have to wait for a good Yeah, that's what I was thinking. It'd be a bit more of a subdued one. Well, if it's going to break out, it'd break out to the top side, I'd say. Because German's just been mental lately. Oh, yeah? What about Nas though? Yeah. 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 At NYSE or 4 o'clock our time. 4 o'clock our time is also a good time for Nas. Okay. This did anyone take buys from under here? Yeah, like the 5 minute was all right. The 5 minute, like the area though, the more I look at this area, I quite like it. All these wick rejections. Like this kind of looks like structure. For that little reaction, I really want to see these cells though. But it's definitely in traffic over here. Yeah. Yeah, so it should daily close, previous daily close. So let's see. This is the moment of truth when we get here. Are we going to get a candle closing like a rejection, or is it just going to keep powering through it? No, I'm not impulsively buying, just to selling. I'm not impulsively entering anything. Got to wait for a candle to close with a top wick. I think so. Yeah. Yeah. But remember that yesterday's one for Nas, how it was kind of like a question mark. Was it a doji? Was it a bearish candle? So if it kind of closes like that, I won't. Oh, if it closes, say like something like this, and the next one, if it wicks up and then comes down and sort of flips, I'm not going to take the flip again. I'll wait for it to actually like have something like a proper liquidity candle. Even then, if it's on the 2 minute, what was that? Yeah. You mean for German, or are you talking about the NAS trade? Yeah. I took a loss, and then I took a. So I'll show the price action that I don't mind seeing again. So NAS over. I'm keeping an eye on German. Yeah, no, that's right. Okay, so this is the first candle I took it from, and this is where I was like, it was really, is it or isn't it going to be that rejection wick? Kind of looks like a doji, but I took it as this candle here had pushed up, rejected, pushed up, flipped bearish, and then it entered, pushed down a little bit, and then it just zoomed right up. So this wasn't a good one to take it from, but then gave it a second chance because I really like this level on the 2 minute. Where are we? On the 2 minute, then it gave this candle, and this one looked far more convincing. So that's what I'm kind of looking for, like a candle like that, where it's got a bigger body, not so wicky, but a nice big body. The highs higher than the ones to the left. A candle like that, I'll just enter for these sells if German is approaching that level again, to look for at least some downside. Okay. ES, nice push. You're in it. What's ES? ES, euro something? Sorry, man, I can't hear. Oh, you entered, did you? You got to put your microphone on the other side, mate. Oh, yeah. Okay. It was just a comment. What about the 4 minute? Oh, isn't ES also NAS? Is it? I'm not sure. I thought NAS was like the Qs. But we're on German. Oh, Gyro, pause the broker that shall not be named. Switch to Pepperstone. Okay, it's approaching my area. Where am I from? So I'm in the UK at the moment. Oh, thanks, man. Thank you. Love from India. Okay. This is it. This is the area. Now, is it going to, this is the moment of truth. Just being at the area is not enough. Oh, ES is S&P 500. Is that big, like the E minis? You want to learn about US US market? US market definitely moves better in the US session. London session is a bit quieter for the US indices, but sometimes you get so much better price action on it. But keep watching. I'll try give as much free education as I can. It's a slight delay on here compared to my broker. Okay, no wick candle. Can this one close bearish? Oh, look at these. There's a bunch of no wick candles. No top wicks anyway. On the ones. Bloody ones. Yeah, I just want to see a wick, a rejection wick. At the moment, all the liquidity candles are absorbing the liquidity like the liquidity candles from underneath are absorbing all the liquidity candles that have been formed on the way down here. So we're definitely picking up liquidity. Hey, Tom. Just in time, mate. We're just looking at a potential option. Five minutes about to close. This is the 30-minute candle closing now. If the 30-minute candle closes like so, then we've pretty much got to wait for it to do a wick fill. Yeah, I agree, Don. Oh, you were at a barbecue tonight, Friday night. Nice. How's the weather? It was a hot one today, wasn't it, in Sydney? Oh, where are you, Tom? Are you in? You're Tassie. That's it. You're Tassie. They have had one. I'm pretty sure. Yeah. 41 tomorrow. Jesus. What have I got? I've got today, right now, currently, I've got 5. It's time to open the window. Oh yeah, I saw Tim. I saw there was a cyclone heading inland. NFP day, yeah, it is. That's why I got to be careful. All right, come on, man. Give us give us some sort of sign. So 30-minute candles open, 30 minutes done the wick fill. Now, can 30-minute give us a rejection wick? Sorry, can a lower time frame give us a rejection wick from the yellow spot? Or is it just going to pump? Okay. Got 1 minute for that. Well, I wouldn't be worried if it hadn't gone that low. Because it's gone that low, it makes me a little bit like that kind of. I thought this gap would be an easy target for price to at least, even if it's going to be the low of the London session. If we hadn't quite got down there and price had retested, I would have been confident that the low of the London session would come from here. But now that it's already been there, is it going to do a retest of the London low before going up? Now that move there makes me a little bit less certain. But I'll still give it a shot if I get that rejection wick. If it doesn't, then not much we can do about it, hey? We'll try and let price action tell us when it's slowing down, and at the moment it's not slowing down. Why would it flip now? Depends if this candle contains that liquidity. Because this is the area that it broke your trend line. So if this is the area that was enough to break it, the problem is if it's a sell to buy. But I'm hoping that this is going to be a buy to sell. Either way, risk is going to be low. And I'm going to take a shot because it's more interesting to take a shot than not. And it meets the plan, it still fits the plan. So 2 minutes for this 4-minute candle to close. 3 minutes. 3 minutes only just opened. 2 minutes. Pretty risky to take on a 2-minute confirmation. But 2 minutes has closed. Still can't break this area. So 2 minutes kind of given a signal, but it's a bit hairy. Prefer the 3-minute. But 2 minute might just, that's the kind of candle we're looking for. 4 minute, 5 minute. Yeah, prefer to wait for 3, 4, or 5 minute. Yeah. Well, what I'm hoping is thinking that what's the hour candle going to look like? Is the hour candle going to reject off of this candle and then start pushing down again? This hour candle can flip on its head. But at the moment, the 30-minute, if you're following the 30-minute candle, you're not looking for a sell. Where's the New York 50%? Oh, damn it. I was going to say, if that New York 50% was just above the this, then that'd be a banger to look for sells from there. But it's not. So the candles are showing no signs of slowing down just yet. Hmm. 4 minutes of doji now. Three minutes, not bad. Is it worth the risk? I think I'm going to give it a shot. I'm going to keep my risk low. I'm going to keep my stop tight. And I'm going to give this one I'm going to give it I'm going to enter into this. I'm going to enter into it now. Rightly or wrongly, put my stop, put it about 15 pips above. And I'll look to see if we can target the Asian low. And if I get burnt on this one, I'm going to, I'll give it a second shot. But risk is like, I've entered one position on it. So one position would be, it's like 0.15, 0.2%. And if I was confident, I would have entered a couple positions or more, and I can set different targets. But I'll just enter one, like it's just fixed lots. So it works out to be pretty small. I'm not 100% convinced with this 3 minute, but it's in the area. It's a liquidity candle-ish. The risk can be quite low on it. It's in my zone. It's now in the hands of the probability gods. If this 30 minute or this hour candle starts flipping bearish, then we just got a killer entry. Good morning, Akshay. How are you, mate? Last trade for the Friday? Oh, yeah, far out. I mean, if I'm around, I wouldn't mind rolling the dice, see if we can come up snake eyes or we hit the jackpot. You got the cells, hey, didn't you? That the boys are saying, killer, mate. Nice one. What are your thoughts today for New York session for gold, Akshay? Downside. All right. No one jinx this. No one say anything. It does. Yeah, it does. Needs to get underneath here. If it's rejecting underneath here, coming back up, I'll probably move to break even, given the riskiness of this trade. Currently sitting at about 6 pips in profit. But this is the danger area. Above this one. Yeah, that's a good option, actually. Rather than just going to break even, just reduce the risk. Come on, man. Yeah. Oh, beautiful, Peter. 5% up. That's amazing, man. Yeah, withdraw some. Definitely withdraw some. Then you're definitely preserving it. Withdraw it, buy something with it, buy I don't know, equities, ETFs, buy something with it. Something that'll help it grow. Uh, it was good. Yeah, the week was really good. German was a bit rough. But NFP, man, sorry, not NFP. NAS saved me. NAS had some awesome trades on it. Really struggling to get through this wick of this candle. Yeah, retested the bottom of it. Pretty much as far as I want it to go. Kind of making a triple top here now. Bit crappy. How the other time frames look? 4 minute. Oh, it's another. Yeah, if we close here above this, I'll close right at it. I was going to say I might just close it. That's not a very good candle that we traded against. Yeah, forget it, boys. I'm gonna shut this one down. I don't want it to break that high. Yeah, forget it. Yeah, I'm gonna cut it. Gonna cut it. I'm gonna wait for another confirmation. So after seeing the candles like these ones, I don't want it to retest the high. I just want it to drop from there. So it just tells me while it's stalling this area, it makes it way too easy for price to just do a sweep and take out my stop loss. I'll give this a second shot. Don't get me wrong. I'm not going to hold the trade that I'm not liking. If it gives me a better entry, or say we finally get a candle that wicks up and we close below here, then I'll look to take those sells again. But I want a little bit more confirmation this level is holding, and it's just kind of just had us stall in here for like 10 minutes now. So I think it's better just to wait and see if we get a good confirmation. Yeah, it's definitely accumulating for something. That's what I don't like. I don't like it when it accumulates. Is it going to manipulate both sides, or is it going to do a sweep up, or is it just going to drop from there? I'd hope it just drops. I really do hope it just drops. But the way it's accumulating, if anyone depends on how you're going for the week. If you're good for the week, you might just hold it and just take it. If you're kind of trying to make up for lost ground, then this trade here I like the area. I just don't like how it's accumulated for so long. This one up here. Mm-hmm. So it was a good zone, the one we selected. You can see that price is respecting it as well, and there's a reason for it. Like, this is the area that the accumulated for a bit and then started to push down from. Oh, is it going to drop now? Bloody thing, no top wick. What a prick, I closed too soon. Yeah. Damn it. 3, 6, 9, 12, 15. Yeah, well, it was basically break even. But being held here for 15 minutes. Well, I think so. What I was thinking was, on what day was it? When did I take a loss? Because I got a couple break evens. Yesterday was the break even inside of here. No, sorry. This one. Up here. And then Wednesday. Was Wednesday the loss? No, it was Tuesday. Tuesday pissed me off. I was really annoyed at Tuesday for some reason. This one. This is what annoyed me. I was looking for longs, but then entered here after thinking that enough was enough. It stored in this area for so long, thought that this was the liquidity grab for us to then just start pushing up, but this just came down. My stop loss was here, and then it rallied. And this is where I'm worried about. Like, if it accumulates, it'll probably sweep both sides. I just don't know the order of which it sweeps. And if it was going to sweep up then down today, then I'd be more annoyed taking a full loss than trying to just adapt to what price action did on Tuesday, and then saying, well, you know what, I'd rather avoided that loss because I acted on what I saw price doing, accumulating. But now, bloody hell, like a hot dog, pissed me off. Anyway, is anyone still holding? Still got to get past this wick. Because we've got conflicting signals. The hour candle is looking nice. You know, it's looking nice for rejection from this area. So if this was a rejection wick, now we're actually retesting the halfway point. If this hour can flip, holy man, got myself out of an awesome position. Yeah. I'll see you, Beata. Jack said, wait for M5 bearish engulfing close, then enter. I say if it engulfs in the 5 minute, still wait for the pullback, because we don't have a top wick. I would say if we're going to, like, rather than this area is looking like a bit of a manipulation area. So if we I would say if we're retesting this London low again, I reckon there will be a little pullback from here, and then I might enter for a sell to see if we can finally break it. And this would just be a late entry. Got out of the good entry. If this does break down, but a late entry would be waiting for the pullback here. I think waiting for a pullback in this area, we're still in a little bit of a danger zone, because was this a liquidity grab or not? Because this area could hold this, whatever people call that, breaker block or something like that. This area could hold. Mm-hmm. 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 Yeah, if this hour candle closes bearish, then it sells for the rest of the session. Thanks, Dan. Oh, well, it's looking good for those sell holders. I'm going to get coffee, so I'm not going to have a FOMO entry after this one. So while I'm doing that, my YouTube people, stay on. We're going to continue. We'll keep going. Trader Nut guys, if you want to come over to my channel where you got the sound, you can hear like when people are actually talking as well, because I know it sounds like it's just me and it's quiet on that side. So the channel is HaydosFx on YouTube. I'm going to go for a coffee now. I'll be back in a few minutes. My YouTube people, if you're watching on the HaydosFx channel, stay on. Okay, it's just for the people watching on the Trading Nut side. Okay, doke. I'll see you guys there. And I'll get a coffee, so I'll be back in a tick.